an update for you, and all this will be exactly as so. So we're going to get even more specific in our predictions. Okay, so first of all, what's happened now? Why we've gone to this second nudge, and has anyone nudged him yet? No, is the answer. Because you know this bit where it says God remembered her crimes. Well, it's talking about me. So in every other age, that would mean going back to heaven, where I'm almighty and all knowing. But as I'm in the information age, and I have at my disposal, a lot, access to knowledge that I've never had before in any previous incarnation. The saints and my saints and martyrs and friends the angels want me to produce a masterpiece, better than anything else on earth, obviously, collating all of her historic crimes. Because I know, for example, all of the Jesuit operations, which no one else is recording anywhere. And I know for an absolute fact that, this is the usual lot, the devil's angels, the 3-2 people. And I'm going to be collating all of that. So all of the historical stuff, and obviously this is a major... isn't it really surprising that my people, the angels, now I've come back and I realise for the first time in 50 years that I am actually Jesus and God. Apparently my mum always knew, although she didn't. I said to her yesterday, I said, "Mum, do you know who I am?" And she wrote down, "You're Jesus," because she can't speak anymore because of laryngectomy, cancer, throat cancer from smoking. Anyway, so that's the plan, and that's why I realise now. When I was very young, around about sort of 10 or 11, but I can remember it like yesterday. I was given quite a lot of visions about, the Pope's connection to, for example, the Nazis, and I was told when praying about it, the angel said, "Russ, don't worry about it now. You'll understand when you're older." And of course, this is for this exact piece of work that I'm doing now. All of them visions that I was given when I was 10 about, linking, all these things that I'm supposed to understand now when I'm older is for this thesis. So, I'm God incarnate, and my people, the angels, want me to produce for them, and, I want to do this for them and for me as well, because I honestly, should have done this by now. A lot of Christians will read the Fox's Book of Martyrs. I've not ever read Fox's Book of Martyrs, and now obviously now's the time. I'm going to have to do all this, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is how this prophecy comes to pass. So it is God incarnate. I'm pleased to inform you that He's going to fulfil Revelation 18. That's me, and I promise you, as soon as this work is finished, I'll upload it, and the title will be. Exactly what it says in Revelation 18. God has remembered her crimes. And then I probably think within 24 or 48 hours it'll happen. Now, I know the speakers are going to be, listening to this thinking, what's going on here? This can't be happening. Well, I don't really, like I say, I've got nothing to hide. I'm telling the truth. And they can waste as much time as they want digging around, but they're not going to find any links to any of those people, because I've never had any links to those people, and in fact, usually I don't have anything to do with them. But as I'm God, it turns out that I am the God of everyone, including Muslims, even if they don't know it yet. So. Anyway, so I'm going to upload that. It's going to be hopefully a really, I'm going to really do. Heaven is going to be pleased with God's work, and it's a good way for me to feel, as one with my people while I'm here and they're there. Well, they're here as well, but they're in a slightly different dimension, and. And the other good news is, and this really is good news, because I really don't want to hurt anyone. If possible, I've never wanted to hurt anyone. Um, I don't. I've got to quite take a. I can take a beating myself. I don't mind taking a beating, but I don't like. I don't like hurting people. So, um, fortunately, the reason why angels are nudging these Islamists is because these Islamists also don't like hurting people. And in fact, he really, I felt the weight of his conscience, with this guy, this Islamist, he really, really, really doesn't want to kill any Catholics, at all. And in fact, that's great because neither do we. So all we want to do here is fulfill Revelation 18, which is what Jesus does on the second coming. And if you read it carefully, it says that that great city will be thrown down, and indeed it will. But it doesn't say anyone's going to be killed. If you, I mean, everyone assumes it must be a slaughter, but fortunately it doesn't. Say anyone's going to be killed. In fact, the literal sense transfers the meaning. Remember, and the fire which consumes Babylon is when I poured out the Holy Spirit on all Catholics, which is the fire of God. Of course, that's a symbolism. So, again, don't read these things literally. Sometimes a fire that consumes Babylon can be a good thing and not a bad thing. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know, really, really difficult for people to tear themselves away from this literal idea. But of course, fear is the beginning of wisdom, and we are playing around with symbolism here. Sometimes it has, all the exact opposite meaning to. Perfect love casts out all fear. Okay, that's what Jesus said. That's what I said. Fear may be the beginning of wisdom, but like I say, perfect love casts out all fear. And when you get initiated into the symbolism of these things, not so bad at all. So we're not killing anyone, but we are fulfilling the prophecy and casting down Vatican City, which is Babylon City, highest crime rate in the world. They ran out of those offices in Vatican City. They ran hundreds of crisis actors, which confessed to me they were working out of Vatican City, deceiving the world, pretending to be dead relatives in these fake staged events that the Jesuits and the 3 2 people connected to the Office of Papacy were doing constantly, non-stop. We were subject to terror attack after attack after attack, all done by the Roman Catholic Church, that is Babylon, or the 3 2 people closely connected to the Office of Papacy and the Jesuits. And this is God's judgment. No one's going to die, but that great city is going to be cast down because it's going to be uninhabitable. It's going to look like the town of Chernobyl, and even Catholics, even Catholics are going to look at it and think, wow, the judgment of God has finally come. And indeed it has. Indeed, that's exactly what it is. It's the judgment of God. And, in the best possible way. So what are we casting down here? What are we doing? We're casting down that great city, Vatican City, and it's going to be destroyed by the very thing I prophesied to them in 1982 to testify who I am and that this really is the second coming. And spooks, if you're listening to this, do us a favour and start promoting it. Get the word out, because if you're an atheist, well, now's the time to admit you were wrong. Okay, so this really is it. I'm not, it's pretty obvious that I'm telling the truth. So, I'm talking, of course, as it's happened, because I know for a fact it's going to happen. But you'll obviously listen. Most of you will listen back to this after it's happened and think, "Wow, he was so sure it was going to happen, and it happened." Maybe we better start listening to him. I would.